All right, guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to quickly show you an analysis that we were able to grab over 100 pips on CADJPY yesterday. All right, so this is not a setup to catch a cruise on the internet. So I am going to show you when I gave the setup, all right, when I gave the signal to the guys, and then those who took it were able to make money. All right, so from my group, just as you can see, I gave the setup to them when price just left the resistance zone. All right, and then you can see how it played out perfectly. Look at the time that I gave the setup. All right, around 8:45 a.m. and then somewhere around 3:25, okay, we were able to make some dollars, and then you can see results over here. All right, so let me quickly take you through how I was able to get the setup, all right, the signal, and I believe very well that you will find value from watching this video. So kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel. Kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. All right, so I'm going to delete everything and then take you through step by step. All right, so this is our raw chart. Okay, we are going to do a naked chart analysis. All right, so on the 4-hour time frame, okay, which I usually like using whenever I want a scalping setup. All right, so now what is the first thing that we do, or what is the first thing that I do? I mark my support and resistance. Okay, now support and resistance zones are the turning points of the market, okay, where there will be a reaction. All right, now, so if you are someone that you don't know what a support and resistance zones are, now resistance zones, okay, are zones that prevent the market from going up further, and then support zones are zones that prevent the market from coming down or going down further. All right, so there are different ways by which you can draw support and resistance zones, but I have just some simple tricks that I use to draw my zones, which I believe a lot of traders are familiar with. Okay, now what is the first thing? The first thing that I do is I mark the highest swing and then the lowest swing on my chart. Okay, now support and resistance zone, we have major support and resistance zones and then minor support and resistance zones. Okay, the major support zones is where you can see that this is where the market has turned. Okay, but the minor ones, you add a lot of things together to get them, which I believe that we are certainly going to talk about them. All right, so the first thing that I did was I marked the highest swing. So this is the highest place. Everybody can agree with me that this is the highest place that the market has turned when it starts its bullish trend from here. Okay, it got to this place and then it has reversed. I usually like covering the wick of the candle. All right, I usually like covering the wick of the candle because that is also a body on a lower time frame. So I am done drawing my resistance zone. I hope you can all see how easy it is to draw a resistance zone. All right, so what is the second thing? The second thing is that I draw the lowest swing. So I see on my chart right now, I can see that the lowest part, okay, that the market has turned is this place. This is what I am seeing. Are you getting it? If you zoom out or zoom in, you might see a different thing, but this is what I am seeing. Are you getting it? So I am done drawing this zone, which I know certainly that once price moves to that place or gets to that zone, there will be a reaction. Okay, now when price gets to a resistance or support zones, there are two things that happen, whether there is a reversal or there is a breakout. Okay, so drawing your support and resistance zone is what you are projecting price that in the future, when markets price gets to that place, you will be able to interpret whatever price is doing there so that you can execute your trades. Are we okay? All right, so I just taught you how to draw support and resistance zone to mark the highest point that price has gotten to based on what you can see on your screen, and then you mark the lowest. Okay, so that is one way by which you can draw support and resistance. So when you hear support and resistance, it's not any difficult thing. This is what we're talking about. All right, another way by which you can draw support and resistance is you identify where there are what multiple touches, okay, or where price has reacted or reversed several times. Are you getting it? So looking on my screen right now, you can all agree with me that price has moved from this place, creating what, a higher high and then higher low before going up to this place. Are you getting it? And the same time, it has, when it left this place, it stopped over here and then went up again. So where it has reacted or where price has touched multiple times, that is another zone for me. So all that I have to do is to draw a support zone over here. Are we okay? So I am done drawing another support zone. I hope you can see how easy it is. All right, so I look into the chart and see whether there is any other place that I can find multiple touches. So I can also see another one here, from here to here, to this place before it went up. And then it has moved from here, and then it got to this place and then went up again. So I can see two touches over here too. So I take my tool and then I draw another support zone over here. So these are the zones that I have marked. Okay, these are the zones that I have marked, expecting price to get there, so that when price gets there, I will be able to interpret whatever the candles are doing over there. Are you getting? So it is also very important to understand the psychology behind the candlestick patterns and then their formation. All right, so now we are done with that, and then just as we can see, I was expecting, okay, I've drawn this zone, I've marked this zone, and then I've marked this one also. Now when price was moving up, okay, I was expecting, every trader is expecting price to get to this zone, and then they will do what? And then they will be able to what? Interpret whatever the candles are doing over there, so that they can be able to take a trade. All right, but when the market was moving up, it stopped over here, and then it came down. All right, and so this is what it has been doing. This is what it has been doing for quite some time now, and then it is failing to what? To get to this place. It is failing to get this to this place. So this is actually telling us that there is a major resistance zone over here, or the sellers are very, very strong at this particular place. All right, so if we can count the candles, each of these candles opens and closes within 4 hours. All right, so this is 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours, 20 hours, 24 hours. Okay, so 24 hours, a whole day, the market has been consolidating, failing to break this zone. All right, then we add another 4 hours, 12 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, and then 12 hours. All right, so about half a day and a half, the market has been consolidating. All right, so this actually tells every trader that there is a major zone, okay, a major resistance zone. Something is resisting price from going up to get to this zone. So I just have to take my trend line and then mark the highest point over here, because I'm expecting it to go up. All right, now I can also take this tool and then mark this candle. All right, these two candles. All right, so with this, the easiest or simplest thing that anyone can do is to take this particular tool, okay, and then draw it. All right, so you come to see that the two trend lines that I drew earlier, if I should be drawing a lot of trend lines, it will make my setup clumsy. Are you getting it? So you can just take this tool just to mark the zones. Okay, so about a day and a half, price is failing to move or break this zone and then get to this place, so that we can be able to take a trade. All right, so once I am done with this, all that I have to do is, well, since the market is consolidating, okay, it's accumulating, okay, so it's accumulating momentum. All right, so now anywhere that the breakout, okay, happens, whether at the top or at the down, is going to be very, very strong. All right, it's going to be very, very strong. So I have marked this one, okay, and then I am only expecting where it will break true. All right, so after marking this place, I am waiting for where price will break through, either through the top or at the down. Okay, so when I saw that it has broken through, it has opened and moving towards the down, breaking through this zone that I drew, I just went to my 1 hour time frame to see the reality of what is actually happening on the 4 hours time frame. And I can see that yes, truly it was going down. So I usually like taking my trades on the 15 minutes. All right. So I further went to my 15 minutes time frame, okay, to wait for the closing of the candle that has broken the zone. Okay, and just as you can see, after the closing of the candle that has broken the zone, okay, the one that has broken the zone, I entered. Okay, I took my uh trade. All right, first of all, I took it on demo because usually when there is a breakout, usually it goes back to retest and then shoots down. All right, so I waited a little while, but as it was coming down heavily, I can see that the momentum was strong. Okay, the sellers are already in the market. So if we take this trade at the closing of the first candle, you should be making around 99 pips. All right, you should be making around that time, but I took it somewhere. I just waited to get a little confirmation of the sellers in the market, and then I took it somewhere here. All right, which gave me over 60 pips. All right, so this is just how I was able to get the setup on the card JPY. All right, now it is also very important that you need to know the times that you take some trades. Okay, every currency pair has its times that you trade. All right, and just as you can see, this move happened around 1 p.m. Even though I got the setup around 8 a.m. okay, when it was consolidating. So I was just expecting the break, okay, and then taking this trade around 1 p.m. is not bad because around that time we have an overlap between the London session and then the New York session. Okay, so trading the Canadian dollar at that particular time wasn't a bad move at all in the market, and then the liquidity was very high too. So that is how I was able to get this setup on the card JPY. All right, notwithstanding, this particular candle has closed. Okay, all things being equal, this price should move down to Down to this zone. Are we okay? Down to this zone. But we are waiting to see what the closing of this particular candle. Market is currently closed. We are waiting to see the closing of this particular candle so that we will be able to make another informed decision on this pair. All right. So guys, this is how I was able to get the setup on a card JPY, and I believe very well that you learned something from this video. You are able to learn how to draw support and resistances, and then you are also able to learn how to identify breakouts. All right, so thank you very much. If you like this video and you found value in this video, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. All right.